Hello everyone, I am Dr. K. Aruna Devi, Professor of English from Savitha Engineering College. My topic for today is my rendezvous with teaching. According to George Couros, technology will not replace great teachers, but technology in the hands of great teachers can be transformational. My rendezvous with technology started way back in 2012 when I was involved in content testing of RLOs, that is reusable learning objects, for the IDRC Pandora sub-project of University of Madras under Dr. Bharati Harishankar. Till March 2020, I have only visited Coursera and have done only one NPTEL course. The technology part had always eluded me. But after March 2020, everything changed. I understood that technology will not replace teachers, but teachers who use technology will replace those who do not. In the article, Navigating the Bumpy Road, Felder and Brent discuss many perspectives of the teacher and the taught to queries pertaining to learning-centered classroom. The real challenge, in my opinion, to student-centered instruction is the problem of attitude, not that of the millennial learners who adapt fast, but that of the traditional teacher who is slow to change. As Alvin Toffler rightly points out, the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. Unwilling to be left behind, I started my journey of harnessing the power of technology. What earlier seemed an option worth exploring became mandatory after the COVID lockdown. Starting from March, I am gearing up myself to face the challenges of technology. I took upon myself the role model of IICP, that is IUC International Engineering Educators Certificate Program, a course which I am doing at present. The course is offered in a blended format, including face-to-face sessions as well as asynchronous online modules coupled with the regular synchronous online sessions. I observed how effectively all this has been done by the organizers with their regular webinars, systematic assignments, clear rubrics, instant feedback, relevant study material, and objective assessments through Canvas. The in absentia resource persons also managed to connect well through their commitment and concern. As a student of the course, they have made me think and write my assignments. They also successfully sealed plagiarism. After the COVID lockdown, I made my foray into the world of technology through the Moodle platform with asynchronous training given to students through personal instructional videos made with Screencast-O-Matic. Challenges faced are umpteen. Giving lectures with no audience was an eerie feeling, but I managed well as I was sure of my content and delivery. But the technology part staggered me during both preparation and execution. It was time consuming in unexpected areas like recording, getting shareable link and uploading, administering online quizzes, setting rubrics for evaluation, checking status of completion. Everything was a struggle. Bandwidth speed and reliability made expectations from higher-ups seem unrealistic and unmanageable. Addressing these challenges became possible mainly by the technical, financial, and moral support from our management. Cross-training was immediately started on Moodle. Through foresight, financial support for undergoing IEEE had already been provided by them. Technical support 24/7 was given by knowledgeable colleagues through Teaching Learning Center and IEEE team of the college. This has enabled documenting problems and gaining step-by-step solutions much easier. Handholding the students who are also new to this mode of instruction, I embedded questions in my video lectures, provided weekly reading assignments, and assigned practice exercises. A class WhatsApp group compensated for lack of interaction. Student reaction for this online instruction is quite unexpected. They are excited by the novelty of the process. The words of Anil Kulkarni, the students are ready and hungry for using modern techniques. The limit is instructors' desire and energy. Sound very true. Being millennial learners, they are tech savvy and surprise me by their active participation, even from regular defaulters, be it submission of online assignments, attempting of quiz, audio-video recording of presentations and group discussions. Student attrition is also less as they are happy with the availability of the content, which they can revisit and learn at their own pace in the comfort of their homes, anytime, anywhere. Coming to how I went about the whole show, I created my own video lectures to avoid copyright and course ownership issues and to make it student specific. Planning well ahead, I managed to keep the quality of instruction. I identified tips to increase reading speed as a suitable learning item for my 3-minute video recording. I created this video recording as a kind of a flipped class where I gave a few tips for the students to practice at home at their own pace so that they will come to class better prepared for following certain complex comprehension techniques. Following the ARCS model of instructional design created by John Keller in the 1980s, my preparation of learning outcome was made. ARCS refer to attention, relevance, confidence and satisfaction. First, I grabbed the attention of my students and initiated motivation by bringing in an inquiry arousal stimuli. I asked them if they are given an opportunity to read a bulky and a thin volume of a book, which one they would prefer. This question is to rouse their curiosity, to make them think, and also to set the stage for more learning. Orienting them to their goal, then brought it the relevance of following this practice. In the present course of their study, they may be expected to read many bulky volumes of study materials for which speed reading is a must. In future also, this practice will help them to complete voluminous work in less time at their workplace. I then built up the confidence by providing 3 simple and easy to follow tips, the practice of which will increase their speed in reading. A link to assess and improve their performance was also suggested. A sense of achievement gained on seeing their words per minute improve day by day will give them the much needed satisfaction through intrinsic reinforcement. I plan to time my recording to a maximum of 4 minutes, taking care to pace my voice in such a way that it is much easier for students to follow. Designing the video clip was much easier compared to the recording because of my lack of awareness of technology. After a few rehearsals, I think I have got a reasonable output. This creation of personalized video learning materials will be helpful to achieve futuristic skills of teaching the millennial learners. I am sure that this learning material, specifically designed keeping my students in mind, will surely be an indication of my concern for them and will strengthen the rapport between us. I also feel that these type of videos give a voice to the voiceless and bring to limelight the talents and passion of many educators. Considering the impact of technology in the classroom from the perspective of the students, I observed that they persevere with better motivation at their own pace. The desired learning outcomes are also achieved since their varied learning styles, that is oral, visual, verbal, physical, logical, social, and solitary, are catered to. The hyperactive millennial learners just love the instantaneous feedback and the enriching learning experience. Benefits accrue for the teacher as well by this use of technology. Blending online and in-class components, I could manage with ease a large class, engaging the attention of the students to a longer period of time. Teaching resources are plenty in the Google, customizable and readily available online, providing me more time for other academic and research activities. Considering the challenges that I am still facing, I am yet to implement synchronous training. The instant cumulative feedback we can get from live interactive audience by show of hands or poll elsewhere is quite exciting. I am planning to use lecture embedded lab demos shortly and avail cloud technology to store and retrieve my files. My curiosity is also roused by Skype, Zoom, Chatroom, Google Classroom, Clicker, Camtasia, OpenShot Video Editor, Hangouts, SurveyMonkey, either by their features or names, and I have started exploring all of them. In future, I hope to offer my open elective course on gender sensitization as a MOOC, though I have my own reservations of making a course purely online instead of bringing in a blended version. I plan to choose such activities that will hone the multiple intelligences of my students. I understand that there is no one-to-one solution for all classroom problems. Human nature being fluid, the teacher has to keep turning the kaleidoscope so that every time a new design pops up. Thank you for the opportunity given.